Hello there. Welcome to a bit of a new thing for me. I don't really post edited YouTube videos, but they're. I thought, why not? Um, Specifically because I want to give my thoughts about the new PTB changes to some of the killers. Now, I cannot play the PTB, but I can watch it, obviously, and I've had a pretty fun time discussing PTB changes online. That's the best part about changes in Dead by Daylight for me, is when changes come out. It's fun to discuss balance in this game, personally, and what these changes will mean, like how people will adjust their playstyles. That's always been my favorite part of new changes, is just discussing them. It's so fun. I don't know why. But there are 3 killer changes I want to talk about, specifically because I think Behavior's Heart was in the right place, but they missed the mark so incredibly much. And also give some suggestions for what to change and do about those killers as well. So, first of all, we have the Dark Lord got updated. So they increased the shapeshift cooldown to 3.5 seconds from 2.5. I have no issues with this whatsoever. They increased Hellfire cooldown to 10 seconds, was 7. Again, nothing really wrong with it. And they buffed Wolf form. Scent orbs now spawn once every 5 seconds, and they decreased the Wolf Pounce charge time to 0.85 seconds instead of just 1 second. Because the Wolf was by far the weakest form out of all Dracula's forms. Because, simply put, over small loops, Hellfire was simply better. And 2, when it came to just catching up with the Survivor, Bat form was just much better. Now, Wolf form was good for some tracking, but even then, it's not that good of tracking, so, yeah. Now, my problem with this change, they didn't nerf the Bat form at all. They didn't. Bat form's supposed to be the mobility of Dracula. However, it's still going to be the best chase for it. And as well as that, Bat form's still an accessibility issue as well. Like, people who are hard of hearing are still going to have a harder time playing Bat form, especially. So it's still the best option in catching up to a Survivor, whereas with these changes, Behavior clearly wanted to make Wolf form the best in catching up to Survivor, but it just kind of didn't do that. So it's kind of redundant, all things considered. Like, why buff Wolf form if no one's going to use Wolf form? I guess maybe some people use Wolf form because they find it more fun, but Bat form is objectively better in so many situations, except around some loops where Wolf might be better. Sorry. So what I would do, make it so you literally cannot hear sounds in Wolf form, and scratch marks and pools of blood are not visible. This way it is purely mobility. There's no more accessibility issues. Make it as hard to use for people who have normal hearing, for people who are hard of hearing, or deaf in one of their ears, or deaf in both ears. Make it as hard to use for everybody else. Again, because the Bat's supposed to be mobility, the fact that it's basically a better spirit, in some situations anyway, at the very least, is also kind of messed up to me. So I think they missed the mark with this Bat change. I get these, by the way, are killer tweaks, not complete killer updates, but still, I think there should have been more. Demogorgon, this one's very short. They didn't need to nerf the add-ons that, increase ceiling time and all that, because people are still just going to run the shred add-ons. Like, why decrease add-on variety? And also, they buffed the portals, which is very nice. They buffed about some small buffs to the portals, which is good. But also, you still can't replace portals. You only get portals back when survivors steal them. Why can't it be like hag traps, where when you place down your 11th trap as hag, now you have to... the first trap you placed is replaced, basically. Sorry, I didn't think of a word there. Yeah, replaced. Why can't that be a thing? That would be so handy. Instead, now you get portals that just go to a part of the map that has like 3 completed generators around it. What good does that do for the Demogorgon? So I really feel like they should have done that, because I still don't feel like when I play demo I'm going to be incentivized to use these portals. And now we have the biggest reason I made this video was the shape. The shape got really good changes all around. I think they're all great. But I'm upset that they did not remove the stock limit, or at least make it so stalking a survivor all the way and then not like interacting with them, stalking them for a while, their stock recharges. Because with this, Myers is still going to be a killer that can be left without a power, which is incredibly messed up. Will it be harder for that to happen now? Yes. But this is still, Myers is still going to be left with a power in some like really long games, which why do you just want to leave a killer without a power? I don't know. And then we have the issue of Tier 1. Tier 1, it's easier to get out of, but also it's still, why run the Tier 1 add-ons if you're not running Scratch Mirror? Because once you're out of Tier 1 still, you can't go back into it. My biggest hope was that they'd make it something like, I don't know, like Dracula, where you can swap between the tiers, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Which would have made Myers not only a stealth killer, like a real stealth killer this time, but also would have actually given maybe some reason to run some Tier 1 add-ons. I mean, if you can just swap between them, probably not. But, like, Tier 1 is such a non-factor, especially with these buffs. I've watched some gameplay. Tier 1 is effectively non-existent. So, why? Why can't we go back to Tier 1? I get Myers has a smaller terror radius than Tier 2, but why even have Tier 1 if it's, for 99% of the game, not important at all? Maybe it sometimes allows you to get a grab, but you have this heavy breathing sound as well. So I personally think Myers should have gotten a killer update instead of a killer tweak, because I still think it's messed up that he can be left without a power. And I think that Tier 1, you should just be able to go back into it at some points in the game. I think that would be really good. But, no. So, overall, yeah, good changes to all 3 of these killers. None of these changes are bad, but also there was a bit more that could have been done to these killers. Maybe I'll make more in-depth videos on each of these killers. Also, I use this footage because I got a nice spin. But, yeah. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. And tell me if you think the editing on this video is awful. I think it is. Anyway, love you all so much. Bye-bye.